Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you're doing good today. Well, today I'm going to take a tedious job, one that I really don't care for, and I'm going to make it real simple by using this. So let me show you what I'm doing. Okay, so what I'm doing today is I'm planting carrots, and I'm going to use seed tape. So we're going to talk about some of the good benefits of using seed tape, but there is one I consider kind of bad thing, and we're going to go over that. Now, I'm going to plant these in my raised bed, and carrots was always kind of one of those things that was real hit and miss in my regular garden. If we had really good weather in the spring and I was able to work the soil early enough, I could grow carrots. But this year I'm going to do it in my raised bed, and so I think it's going to be a lot easier growing them in here than out in my garden because of all that clay soil. So let's go over how I'm going to plant these. Okay, so what I've done here is I just kind of dug 3 furrows, and you want to plant carrots between 1/4 and 1/2 inch deep. Now, normally you might go 12 inches in between rows, but I went 8 inches in between. Now, they are a cold tolerant plant, and so we're probably 2 weeks or so away from our last frost date, but here in West Central Indiana, we can get frost all the way up even towards the end of May, but it's not going to hurt these carrots. It's going to take a couple of weeks, for them to come up, and if the ground is a little bit cooler, it might take a little bit longer. So really, these ought to be sprouting just about the time our frost date, it is done with. So let me show you how I'm going to do this. Okay, so all I'm going to do, I'm just going to put that down in there. And this comes in 15-foot rolls. One package contains 15 foot. And so I'm just going to pat it down a little bit, kind of hold it in there, and then I'm going to tear this off in between where there were seeds. And then I'm just going to cover this up. And again, I don't really want to get it more than 1/2 inch. And so this is how easy it is to plant with seed tape. So let's go ahead and we're going to talk about some more of the good and one of the bad. So that was really, really easy. Okay, so before I finish up, if you've watched this video and you've liked it and you found value in it, please consider subscribing. I would appreciate it, and it is free. So what I'm going to do, this leftover piece, I'm just going to put it in here and cover it up. And then this, like I said before, this comes in 15-foot rolls, but there's actually 3 5-foot sections. And so I'll just start another one, and then I'm going to do my lettuce the same way, and so I'll probably have a 1/2 row over here that I'll finish these up with. Now, one thing about carrots, when they're germinating, you want to keep them moist. So you don't want to overwater them, but you definitely want to keep a good amount of moisture on them seeds. Now, here's some of the benefits that I see in using this. One, it is fast. You've seen how fast it was to plant these. It's a lot easier than planting individual seeds. I just never had any luck, trying to keep, 1 or 2 seeds. I always had to do a lot of thinning. And I even bought one of those that looks kind of like a syringe where, maybe it wasn't the product, but I did not have any luck with that at all. And so I ended up wasting a lot of seed. I spent time thinning it out. And so basically what this is it's convenient. Now, what I have found out in my life is pretty much anything that makes your life convenient costs money. And so this is the downside to it. For a 15-foot roll of this seed tape, and the lettuce was the same way, it's $4.95. Now, if I were to be planting this out in my garden, I would have to have almost 3 rolls to make 1 row. So if you're planting a lot of carrots, this is going to get really expensive. To compare, same magazine, same seed catalog that I bought this out of, had a packet of seeds. These are early Corliss, and for 1,000 seeds, you could get them for $3.95. And as long as you take care of them seeds, you know, generally they'll last more than 1 season. So it does get rather expensive using this. I don't plant a lot of carrots, so I'll pay for the convenience. But again, if I was going to put a lot in the ground, I probably wouldn't use this. Well, let me know what you think. You know, let me know, have you had a lot of success with seed tape? I used it years ago and it seemed like it worked okay. You know, but just, I'd like to hear how your gardens are doing too. Well, I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.